If the past 3 years have shown me anything, it's that nobody really knows what to do with criminals and the police. You got the people who say, oh, we should abolish the police, yet they don't know what to do with all these criminals that will continue to commit crimes if they do that. I'm sorry, but a social worker showing up to a homicide situation and saying, it's gonna be okay, I understand your trauma, you're obviously somebody who suffered from poverty, it's fine that you just killed 3 people, is really not gonna work. You got the people who say we should defund the police, and honestly, it would be a good idea in theory if people knew what to do with the money, but because even when you do that, you still got people complaining about the police not showing up and being underfunded because you decided to defund them.
We must also recognize is that the reduction in policing currently in our city and the lawlessness that is happening is due to 2 things. One, the police have chosen to not fulfill their oath of office and to provide the public safety they are owed to the citizens they serve, right? It's documented. But even before that, it was documented. The Minneapolis Police Department is the most dysfunctional police department in our state and probably in the country. The second part is that there has to be accountability and someone that is actually taking responsibility for what the police does and doesn't do. And that doesn't exist in this moment. And I do believe that the current charter that we have does tie the hands of those who want to have that accountability. Because we are mandated to have a specific amount of policing. We are mandated to, have the kind of police union contract that we have right now. I don't know any other big city in the state of Minnesota that has the charter that we have. It just doesn't exist.
To the point where some institutions gave money back to the police because they're tired of all the rising crime. You even got people going around saying, don't call criminals criminals, call them incarcerated individuals.
Disappointed that they're not doing more to take safety and make it a priority. Still have retailers that won't institute plans like having security officers in their stores, making sure that they've got cameras that are actually operational.
Nobody has a set idea, and with all these head honchos that's supposed to protect cities in suits crying about each other, it leads to a common theme of people still getting away with things that they shouldn't. Case in point, barricaded gunmen accused of kidnapping and killing over barbecue chicken wings had posted low bond for a violent crime. 29-year-old Devious Monta Weathers, great name, of East Point, Michigan, has been charged with first-degree murder in the death of 31-year-old Ronnie Charles Ray II. The argument that allegedly precipitated Ray's murder, police chase, a barricaded gunman situation, and the use of a child as a human shield was over barbecued chicken. On August 21st, Weathers attending a barbecue in Detroit. According to Anna Poseigan, Wayne County Assistant Prosecuting Attorney, Weathers became embroiled in an argument with Ray about chicken wings. Around 9:30 p.m., he allegedly produced a handgun and shot the victim twice and left the scene in his car. The following day, police tracked Weathers down to a home in the 8490 block of Hayden Street. Despite efforts made by the police to stop him, Weathers again managed to drive away at a high rate of speed. Police gave chase but were unable to pull him over. Weathers is said to have scuttled his vehicle on Pearson Street and rushed inside a home on the 8200 block, taking a 2-year-old he allegedly kidnapped, now believed to be his niece. He barricaded himself upstairs. The ensuing standoff with police lasted 5 hours. In the negotiations between Weathers and the police, he reportedly offered to trade the 2-year-old for a pack of cigarettes. Let's stop right there. This person deserves to have their life taken. They willingly decided to take somebody else's over chicken wings, and now he's over here negotiating the custody and the safety of a 2-year-old 2-year-old who is his own family member for cigarettes. You can talk about poverty, you can talk about disenfranchised, you can talk about all these things that the black community has to go through, but you cannot in any way try to explain to me that this is somebody who needs to be helped, protected, and saved. Because even if you have the moment of clarity of, damn, I'm doing something wrong, I'm doing something unethical, I am harming a family member, you have to acknowledge that this person is willingly not talking about that because they're saying, fuck it, I really could go for a pack of cigarettes right now. In the 5th hour, he exited the home holding the 2-year-old in front of him. The Detroit Police Department took Weathers into custody. He has been charged by the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office with first-degree murder, kidnapping, carrying a concealed weapon, third-degree fleeing and eluding, and felony firearm, and has been ordered to be held without bail. But this is where the story gets good. In 2020, Weathers allegedly shot at his girlfriend and mother of his child 9 times, and he was released after posting a $1,000 bail. That same year, former Detroit Police Chief James Craig lamented how the violent criminals his officers were routinely detaining were being released back onto the streets. We arrest these violent criminals, but in so many cases they get a plea deal and go back on the streets to commit more crimes, and then everyone blames the police if crime goes up. And I absolutely 100% agree, because if the police are doing their jobs and they're getting calls, help, I'm the mother of a child and my boyfriend just shot at us 9 times, and they come arrest the bastard and he gets a plea deal, or he gets released and goes right back and kidnaps his own niece and shoots somebody over barbecue chicken, you would think, damn, in this world I have to blame the police because obviously they're not doing their job and making sure they stay in jail, while you still want them defunded and also abolished. I'm sorry, as somebody who's the doctor, professor, philanthropist, gynecologist, all those things, I'm a little bit confused on the structure of that one, Batman. Remember at the start of the video when I mentioned that they have all this infighting between people in all these different cities on what to do and how to do it and what's the right execution for it to be done? Well, Democrat Wayne County Prosecutor Kim L. Worthy told Craig to stop complaining. She defended the release of violent criminals, citing a heavy caseload and too few prosecutors on hand. We have the largest amount of felony cases in the entire state. We are always chronically understaffed. In a perfect world, I would have 275 assistant prosecutors. So start finding ways to hire more people. Stop defunding all these different groups and start giving them the opportunities to help you lock people up, you dumbass. You're telling a man whose job is to protect and serve and to arrest people who don't value the life of others, you know, somebody who would shoot at their own girlfriend 9 times and also kidnap their own niece and use them as a human shield and then negotiate their safety if the police give them cigarettes. You mean to tell me an officer who has to deal with that is telling you we got a problem and y'all always blame us when it doesn't work the way everybody else wants, and your response is to tell them to stop complaining and how you feel so bad because you don't have enough people on staff? Hire more people. Find a way to get the money. Maybe you should take money out somewhere else. Maybe you should put money into this so that you could have more opportunities to put violent people back where they belong. I'm sorry, but as a black man, one of the most disenfranchised groups in American civilization, I am for prisons. I am for police. I am for locking up people who deserve to be locked up. Why? Because if we abolish police and abolish prisons, where y'all gonna put them? Y'all gonna put them in the corner? Y'all gonna put them in a playground pen? It's not gonna work. I promise you. Why? Because you can have some individuals who go to jail and they get released and they change their ways. That is true. Let's not pretend like every person that goes to jail comes out and they're all psychopaths. Some people change their life for the better. But in that same vein, you got people who don't care and will walk out of prison just to walk their ass right back into it. Why? Because they don't value you. They don't value your family. They don't value their possessions. They don't value anything but their own personal gain. And that's why they deserve to be locked up. Because if they harm you, you're going to start crying foul. But of course, if they harm somebody else, it's natural for them to stop complaining. No, lock them all the fuck up. This is not hard to figure out. And unless you got a detailed plan that could work, I'm going to respectfully ask you to shut the fuck up. That's all I got as somebody who's disenfranchised and a victim 24/7 and always have to worry about a policeman hunting me down. Subscribe to the channel. I am 2,000 away from 200K. Help me get there. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. Oh, and speaking about calling the police and all things that have to do with these big bad police officers, I'm pretty sure some of you heard about some video going around that was shown in a school about not calling the police during a racist incident. I'm currently on Twitch right now about to react to it. So if you're interested in getting my reaction, come on and join. It's not hard. It's not harmful. We're going to have a fun time. But if not, perfectly understandable. I'm just going to repost it on YouTube later on. So if you want to, follow me on Twitch, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one for real. Goodbye.